Hello everybody, my name is Matt. I like to build things in Minecraft. Welcome back to the city of Sequoia. As you can tell, we have done quite a bit of work since episode 5. But today, I'm going to be going ahead and touring, well, we're not going to get to everything because there's quite a few more towers, but there's a lot of really cool stuff. And it's not just this here too, but up here, there are quite a few cabins. So we'll go check those out as well. There's a handful of things that are new. You may have seen them if you have followed my Instagram, which you should definitely do. The link is on my website. But we're going to tour everything over here. We'll go up there and check that out. And then finally, we will come all the way over here and then check out these very cool houses, which are currently blocks. Come on, houses. There you go. All right, they're slowly loading in. We'll get to that here in a minute. So if we go back to the park right here in the middle of East Village, we can see that we now have some Supertalls, which are pretty incredible. I believe Beppis made both of them. And yeah, there's quite a few more towers. We've also gotten a handful of new builders. One of our builders, his name is Alpha. He's made this template right here, which is very cool. And on top, you do have the classic New York water tower and a little spot up here as well. Nice little place to relax. This over here is a work in progress of 57 West 57th, I think. More than likely, it's not going to stay right on the river. Have not found a spot for it yet. I still have a lot of work to do with planning. There are a whole bunch of new towers that are also not in their final places, so the skyline will change. These are made by one of our new builders as well, the King of Rome. Now, you might recognize that name from some of the previous build reviews, but they have been contributing quite a few builds. They're all from around the US, I do believe. This one is in Philadelphia. This one is the tallest building in San Francisco, which is very, very cool. I think it was in one of my old thumbnails for build review, but I could be mistaken. This one over here, I think it's in New York, I believe, but it is quite tall. And you do have some down here. I believe these are from Southern California. Over here, we do have a handful more builds. These are by Tibber. You can see we have Tib Tech. And instead of AON, I changed it to say Ron. Thank you, Ron. Very cool. A couple other buildings down here. And look at that. Look at that nice texturing. There's still a handful of items hanging out down here. I believe this was built by Josh and Swanky. This was inspired by something in East Village, I would imagine. By the way, if you want to be a builder in Sequoia, go to my website, fill out the builder application. I would very much like some help. We'll go back down here, check out these buildings. So there's this one right here. This one is relatively simple. And yes, it is furnished. I believe most of these do have the interior structure. Not all of them, but they will at some point. I'm just not sure when. See this building right here? This one is a very cool one. This is by the King of Rome. If we go within my render distance, it'll load in. I placed this one here. It might shift around a little bit, but I put it right here to create essentially a view corridor so that if you go way down here, you can see it way at the end. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. This is East Village. It is, for the most part, pretty well close to being done. I'm sure we could add other details within each of the backyards. And still have a couple buildings that are under construction. This is an Olympic venue. And if you go down here, and if you stand right here, you'll notice that that target comes out. If we back off the pressure plate, it disappears once again. But it's pretty cool. So you can take a bow and arrow, and then if you shoot it, those lights will light up, and you can see how accurate you are, which is pretty cool. So that building right there and this one here are both built by Alpha. Alpha has his own city, but he's been very generous in building this city as well. But these are actually the same buildings. What I like to do with templates is when you copy and paste them, you put one right here, and then over here, you can bring it this way, and then instead of having it facing the same direction, so you'll notice that the corners with the outwards facades with the windows are facing different directions. So this one, the corner is facing this way, and then that one, it's facing that way. So that if you're in the city, and especially once we fill in this area so that there's not just blank city blocks, it's going to be quite difficult to tell that they're different buildings. And the great thing about templates, and that I've used with all of these, because these are actually the same building, which you might be able to tell. I've posted a video on this before, but the idea with templates is that it's divided into 3 parts. So you have the bottom, the middle, and the top. With the bottom, they're all interchangeable between the buildings. With the middle, they're pretty much identical, and you can expand or contract each of the buildings vertically. And then on the very top, you essentially just change this top cornice up. But if you look at the shape of the windows, the placement of the windows, they're all pretty much identical. Now, on top, if you wanted to change it up, you can. I see somebody has gone ahead and textured these, so thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Anyway, that's just a couple little tips and tricks. Let's see what's going on up here. This is called First Avenue. You can see it has these beautiful mountains way, way, way down there. And this building is one that I am making that is a work in progress. I was kind of struggling with it. I am probably going to finish it. I kind of had a vision before I started, and then I sort of gave up. I kind of want to save that for later. Oh yeah, there's lots of new stuff up here too. This is built by Matt Arch. Little Sequoia mural. Oh, look at that. I don't know how Matt did that, but go check out his YouTube channel. These are some very beautiful buildings. This was a collaboration by quite a few builders, but I have not gotten around to decorating the street yet. You can see that there is a beautiful cathedral with significant progress complete. This was built by Josh, and we're going to check that out here just in a minute, but I do want to show you around here first. 275, Antonio's Italian Place in SQA, which means Sequoia. Okay, so furniture is pending delivery. So what I like about this, it creates a lot of interesting textures, but the way that it's designed, you can't actually fall into it. I really love walking down these streets. It feels so real. It's going to feel even more real once we get some vehicles, maybe some trees and street lights. Obviously, it's not completely done. Work in progress. There's 1,000 projects that we always have on the go at the same time. But I really love that they've decided to go with these diagonals. I think it adds quite a bit. Oh, I love this building too. This one is incredibly detailed. I'm kind of speechless looking at this. This is such a cool building. Then inside here, look at that. That's a penthouse, if I've ever seen one. That's very, very impressive. Oh, I love this. Look at that. Little fireplace up here. I can't get over these windows. Yeah, it's going to be quite a view. Look at that. Look at that view. The mountains over there. Mountains aren't even fully loaded in. I think my computer would probably explode. There's so much stuff to look at. That's so incredible. Look at that. Whoa. So these are the backs of the buildings. Like, these won't even be seen. I mean, maybe they will if you go in the middle, I guess, but this, my friends, is a view corridor. An empty pocket of urban space with a focal point at the end. You have that beautiful building by Jeff right there. And then, oh, look at that. Another one right there. I made this one by accident. The King of Rome made that skyscraper at the end. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in that exact location, but maybe. Who knows? So much cool stuff. And, of course, interior, because why wouldn't there be? Okay. Maybe we'll come back here at some point and then explore this once it's more complete. Maybe even with the actual builders that made it, because a lot of them make social media content too. Look at those arches. Look how pretty those look. Beautiful. Let's go check out the cathedral. So this is built by Josh. The Cathedral Basilica of St. Joseph in Sequoia. Insert address here. This is the absolutely beautiful cathedral. Now, it's not completely done. I hope you don't mind if my FPS drops. Josh has been working on this for a number of months, and it's absolutely incredible. Do you guys know what those things are called? That is called a... No, just kidding. Not going to tell you. Let me know in the comments. First couple of you guys that get it right, I'll give you a little heart there. Do you see this? You better see it. Open your eyeballs, people. There's too many things that I don't know. This is actually unbelievable. These little thingies that stick out. Little pointy thingies. And then this thing. I don't know what this is, but that's very cool. I think this is probably one of the best default builds I have ever seen. Legitimately. It is unbelievable. It has interior too. And then this up here. Yeah, you obviously can't do this in vanilla. Oh, and there's a staircase in the middle. A fully functional staircase. Because why wouldn't there be? It's only the best cathedral that Minecraft has ever seen. Incredible. It's almost the same height as the Chrysler Building. It's a very, very tall cathedral. Also, go check out Josh's Instagram. I believe he's making some YouTube videos at some point too. Don't know if he's posted any yet. Definitely go check out his Instagram. Josh, make sure to leave a comment on this video so people can go check out your stuff. Because he's been making tutorials on how to design stuff like this. And he's absolutely incredible at it. Definitely go give him a follow. Let's go check out inside. Yeah, that's not bad. Just pretty casual build. Nice starter base. This is ridiculous. Look at this. All of this detail that I would never even think of. It's unbelievable. I'm sure there's some secrets around here too. Let's get some stuff up here. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. You get some pretty sweet city views over there as well. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Yeah. Just, casual Oregon. As one does. Just the usual. And there's some redstone going on here too. Hey, Josh, I think you've mentioned what this does, but I'll have to get you on a call so you can explain to the people. We'll hop back outside here because there's still a lot of stuff. Couple new buildings right here. This is built by Beppis. Thank you, Beppis. Very cool. Nice, cool complex tower. Please excuse my frames, but this here is a mall, which is a work in progress. Give you a little quick preview. A little something in here, but stay tuned. We have some builds that are a work in progress by Matt Arch, and these absolutely incredible details. So cool. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. The Sequoia Academy of Arts. Very cool. Look at that, the scaffolding, then Matta's other building right here. We'll keep going over here. This is a new build by Matta, which is a car park, or a parkade, or a parking garage, whatever you want to call it. It's... I always learn so much. Like, I know I'm more talkative in some of my other videos, but when I do these tours, I'm kind of genuinely speechless, even though I talk a lot. But every time that one of my builders, I say, as if they're mine, but somebody who builds in Sequoia, every time somebody builds something new, I always learn something. Check this out. You have this bamboo fencing and these buttons on top. Nice little detail. So over here, you would have seen this building a while ago. This is the Soon TM building. It will be finished soon, which probably means never. This one is a new building. I really like this. It kind of breaks up the skyline from a lot of these blocky buildings and adds a little triangle on top, which I thought was pretty cool. A little Salesforce building hanging out right there. But if we come over here, we can see some of these buildings. Where'd the Steinway Tower go? Okay, there was the Steinway Tower. I don't know where it went, but this is Central Park Tower. This is the apartment at the top that you see all over social media. It is fully furnished, built by Beppis, the one that was originally on the market for $250 million, and they haven't been able to sell it. But this is the staircase. You guys know this one? I bet you guys know this one. It's an absolutely crazy view of the unloaded chunks and mountains. Full interior, very cool. I get lost in here. This place is enormous. Absolutely fantastic. There, look at that. You might recognize this room, maybe. You can also, you can definitely see the edge of the world. We are going to expand that way, most likely. We're probably going to have an airport down on that side of the river, but stay tuned for that. Can't make any promises just yet. Nice kitchen. Beppis, I love how you do your kitchens. I've learned a lot from Beppis. Anyway, let's go up there. So once again, if you are new here, this terrain is based on GIS, that is Geographical Information System data, which basically means satellite data. And this is Vancouver, British Columbia, scaled down at 1:4. Since the scale that we build at in Minecraft is 1.5 to 1, realistically, compared to the terrain, it's actually 1:6, I think. Does that math, does that make sense? As you would have seen in one of my older videos, I went to a cabin in the woods, and I lived in that cabin for about 4 days. And then when I got home, I built it in Minecraft. And I documented my entire trip. It was very nice. You should definitely go watch that video. Now, that's what the skyline looks like right now. Again, a lot of those skyscrapers in the back are going to move, and I am concerned where Steinway Tower went. I don't know where it went. So this body of water is called the Indian Arm. Why? I don't really know. When I went right there in real life, I hopped on a boat. Some guy said he had a boat. He ended up showing up, which was great. And then he took me on his boat, and then we went all the way right up to here to the cabin. Now, if you saw the other video, you would have already seen this, but I'm going to give you a quick tour anyway. Nice little dock right here. Nice little waterfall over there as well. And you could actually see the skyline over there of Metro Town in Burnaby, which is not in Sequoia. We kind of replaced Burnaby with New York City. Why? I don't know. We come up here. We get up to the cabin, and it looks a little something like this. I had a lot of fun building this cabin. I thought it was quite interesting. I had a bit of a challenge because I didn't want to make the roof the same material as this. I wanted to use this green. So I did have to leave some gaps there, which is a little bit annoying, but I think I managed to disguise it quite well. Like, kind of squint your eyes, you can't really tell. I do have a fireplace. Or not a fireplace, a campfire. So it does get that smoke going all the way out there. Sorry for the lag once again. A little barbecue. And a nice little spot in here. Now, between this video and the cabin video, the only difference is that this map is now a map instead of some paintings. Because in real life, it was indeed a map. Tiny little kitchen. This is based on a real life floor plan, by the way, with the exception of this bathroom. A little bath mat, some towels, wash your hands, toilet. And if we come in here, this is the bedroom, which is quite nice. Little tulip hanging out right there. And closet. But if we come up here and we fly around a little bit, this was built by Tibber. And if we fly in here, actually, I'm going to walk. A little more realistic. A nice little cabin right here. It does have interior, but there's a lot of stuff that I want to show. So maybe at some point, I'll have to hop on a call with Tibber, and maybe he can show us around. Ah, it's a moose. Ah. So let's fly over here. This one was built by Mata Arch. This one is also quite cool. There are some entity display magic thingamabobbers at work here. Don't ask me how he did it. That would be a question for Mata. Go check him out. Mata, leave a comment so people can check out your stuff. It does have some nice interior here as well. Don't want to spoil it too much, but maybe we will take a quick look. Look at that. See how cozy that is? Little Christmas tree. Super nice. So there's some other stuff that's going on down here. Cubed Pack and Cubed Mods. Developer, Rainy. And kind of the owner of Cubed. Rainy, I don't know what your official title is, but Rainy's working on some stuff right here. And planning out some roads and some different lots. And then there is my attempted old cabin down there. Little road hanging out. Let's go all the way up here. Now, the length of this arm is probably about like 6,000 blocks, I think. See how cute this is? Look at that. Very nice. And it also does have interior. This is also by Tibber. But one of the things that I asked for this property, you got to think about the drainage. You got to think about the water drainage. So in real life, you would take a look at these mountains and you would say, okay, where's the low points? Where's all this water going to flow? So it'll flow down here. And then you have this little hill that goes up. So realistically, all the water's going to pool right through there. So I essentially just asked him, hey, if you can make a little stream or river coming down through there, that'd be great. Anyway, we will keep going up this way, and we will check out one of my builds. Ha ha ha. So this is my mid-century modern inspired off-grid cabin, which I had some fun building. So it kind of looks like a main section and then an expansion right there. I really like this design. So just some fences, then some levers up here. So it kind of looks like some diagonal structural supports, which I thought was pretty cool. Looks a little something like that. That's also a moose, but that one talked back to me, so I took his head. A little kitchen here, very much inspired by my other one. Nice little table, same idea. Basically the same designs, furniture-wise, as my other spot. Up here, little bedroom, kind of open concept. And a clear story window, just in case you want to come up here, but you still have a job. Or, maybe you're making Minecraft YouTube videos in a cabin in the woods. You have a monitor. And then a desktop computer. Back here, little closet, and then it brings you right back out here. We will continue working our way up here, checking out all this cool stuff. And then this one is a work in progress by Tibber, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, these mountains are really, really incredible. Yeah, these mountains are absolutely beautiful. I love them so much. We're going to have plenty of stuff kind of hidden in the mountains, but we're going to be quite coordinated with our efforts so that we don't accidentally build something and then discover something else. We're going to take a team approach on this. Over here, there is another little cabin. Look at that. This one was built by Rainy. I love this one. This is great. That's so much fun. Nice little interior here. Maybe we will check out inside. Look at this. Nice. Look how cozy that is. Nice little kitchen. Little bedroom. And a washerman there too. That's cool. I think it is time to go all the way over here. Now, obviously you can't see it right now because I turned my distant horizon settings down, but if I turn them back up, it looks a little something like this. There you go. So my FPS has once again dropped, and it will continue to remain low for the rest of the episode, but we are going to go all the way over to the Vancouver-inspired Pacific Northwest. All of this terrain is Pacific Northwest inspired, but I mean the city part, you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll slowly zoom in there, but you can see a lot of ships as a work in progress over there. You would have seen these buildings. These are mostly based on Vancouver. These ones are based in Yaletown. This one is based on one in Fairview. Work in progress. This one is a collaboration between myself, a guy named Taco Squad. He's a pretty cool guy. And Matt Arch has been helping us a little bit with that as well. Here we go. We are in the neighborhood of Point Grey, almost. It's kind of over that way, but this one is built by Mata. Still a work in progress, I do believe. Yep. I love this build. This is a fantastic build. One thing I really, really love about this are these really cool circles. See that? See how cool that looks? Lots of cool stuff going on here. Anyway, still a work in progress there. Those are kind of some templates that we've been using to fill in that section and this road here. So please excuse my frames as my computer explodes. This is Steep Street. You want to know why? Because it is a street that is steep. That's pretty much it. I have unofficially called it that, and I will continue to call it that. Lots of really cool houses. These are based on those templates over there. Then I used Axiom and World Edit to go in and kind of fit them to the terrain. It's a little something like this. I posted this on my Instagram. People really seem to love the texturing. I love it too. But what I really, really love about this is that if you come in here, it feels so immersive. All of these houses were built on flat land, and then I used Axiom to put them into these slopes. With some of these, I did go ahead and change the materials on them. And we're just going to walk through this laneway here, but yeah, still a work in progress. This one's a custom one, I believe, built by Bethis. Lots of cool stuff going on up here. And just like in Vancouver, you have all of these beautiful ships with the mountains behind it. But I am in the process of building a school. Well, I didn't give up on it. I am going to get back around to it, but I don't know when. Probably in the next couple months. It's me laying out my material palette, color palette, whatever you want to call it. Work in progress. Stay tuned. There's that design again that I used on the mid-century cabin that we would have seen a few minutes ago. And then this very beautiful building. Very nice. I like it. Anything in here? All right. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my other stuff. I got lots of great videos. Lots more stuff coming your way. If you'd like to support my work, check out my websites. I've got a couple products on there and some other stuff that you might enjoy as well. Make sure to go check out my Instagram at alpine.builds. I post pretty frequently now that there's a lot of progress on this city. See how crazy this skyline is? It's only going to keep growing, with the exception of Steinway Tower, which disappeared. I really don't know where that went. I'm going to ask my builders afterwards. Beppes, what did you do to it? Where did it go? That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt. You're watching Alpine. I don't know how to end a YouTube video. Goodbye.